William Wallace was a Scottish knight and patriot who lived during the late 13th century. He was born around 1270, likely in Elderslie in Renfrewshire, although the exact details of his early life remain uncertain. He was not a commoner, as is sometimes depicted, but a member of the lower nobility. Wallace came to prominence during a turbulent period in Scotland's history, when the country had fallen into political chaos following the death of King Alexander III in 1286 and his heir Margaret in 1290. With no clear successor to the Scottish throne, the English king Edward I saw an opportunity to exert control over Scotland. He appointed John Balliol as a puppet king, but tensions between the Scottish nobility and the English crown quickly escalated. Many Scots grew resentful of English occupation and interference, and Wallace became one of the most visible and determined leaders of the resistance. His first major act of rebellion occurred in 1297 when he attacked and killed William Hazelrig, the English sheriff of Lanark. While later legends suggest that this was in revenge for the murder of Wallace's wife, historians believe the story was likely a later invention. Regardless of the motivation, the killing marked the beginning of Wallace's campaign against English authority in Scotland. Wallace soon gathered a force of supporters and joined with other Scottish nobles. Later in 1297, he achieved a remarkable victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, where a much smaller Scottish force defeated a larger and better equipped English army. This victory made Wallace a national hero and earned him the title of Guardian of Scotland. For a time, he held power and continued to lead resistance efforts. However, Wallace's success was short-lived. In 1298, Edward the Fawn personally led a large army into Scotland and defeated Wallace's forces at the Battle of Falkirk. Wallace survived but was forced to resign as Guardian. He spent several years abroad, possibly seeking support for the Scottish cause in France or at the papal court, but little came of it. In 1305, Wallace was eventually betrayed and captured near Glasgow. He was handed over to the English, taken to London, and tried for treason. Wallace famously argued that he could not be guilty of treason, as he had never sworn allegiance to Edward I. Nevertheless, he was condemned and brutally executed on August 23, 1305. He was hanged, drawn, and quartered, a common punishment for those deemed traitors. Though Wallace did not live to see Scottish independence, his sacrifice became a powerful symbol of resistance and national pride. His memory was later immortalized in literature and, more recently, popularized in the 1995 film Braveheart, though the movie takes significant liberties with historical facts. In reality, Wallace's legacy is more complex and deeply rooted in the struggle of a people fighting to maintain their freedom against a dominant power.